Since the late 1700s, the Oak Island crew, geologist Terry Matt and historian Charles Baruch, have been exploring the island for treasure. Treasure seekers and history buffs have long frequented the Money Pit, a deep pit thought to hold pirate loot, but the crew just found something more darker than they had anticipated. The story of Oak Island began in the late 1800s, when a strange dip in the ground led to the excavation of the deep pit. The team's recent discovery has raised new questions and rumors, with some people thinking they may have discovered something more dangerous than treasure. A small piece of gold was found, hinting at more hidden secrets. The dark secrets beneath the Money Pit are darker than expected. The team is currently advancing each discovery by fusing science and human hands. One of the most remarkable discoveries made during the excavation of the island's long-kept secrets was a gold-plated brooch from the 14th century, which generated discussions on its relationship to the island's legendary treasures or its former inhabitants. A tunnel 95 feet below the surface was discovered in 3 separate places, indicating that it might be the route to the long-lost wealth, and DNA tests showed that people from other places had somehow found their way to Oak Island. Fans are shocked and left wondering when the team abruptly stops working on the Curse of Oak Island, which is a unique adventure that combines history, archaeology, and treasure hunting experts. Historians join in to discuss what might be hidden on the island, adding to the excitement of the story. Some speculate that they may have encountered environmental or safety issues. Some people think they've discovered something hazardous or valuable, but the most thrilling, the wood sample from Boro DN 111.5 contains gold traces, which may indicate a greater quantity of gold nearby. However, the lack of specific information allows for crazy speculations like supernatural forces or government action. As Marty Lagena and his team continue their exploration, they encounter difficulties entering the recently discovered cave in the hopes of finding answers. They dig deeper beneath the ancient cave of Oak Island in search of hidden treasures, finding underground passageways and rooms that may hold secrets that have been buried for centuries. Recently, they received sonar data from the Money Pit that revealed mysterious structures 150 feet below the ground hidden inside Aladdin's cave. This discovery raises questions about the previous use of Oak Island as a place to hide treasures. In order to document the moment when they finally solve the mysteries of Oak Island, they also choose to record their exploration. While digging at the Money Pit, an enigmatic location on Oak Island, LagIna and Craig Tester found a subterranean tunnel that was roughly 65 feet deep, indicating a sizable artificial room constructed beneath the island. Excitement was raised by this discovery, since it might lead to the finding of further hidden caverns and the treasures they had been looking for. However, they encountered a significant issue with flooding, which might have prevented them from carrying out their investigation to unravel the mystery the team brought in underwater. In order to determine whether humans had previously explored the deep cave and whether there were any hidden routes that might lead them farther into the earth, the team enlisted imaging specialist Blaine Carr to assist them. They also received an exciting report from Aiden Technologies that revealed numerous possible treasure targets. The team concentrated on Aladdin's cave, a recently found location that provided intriguing new clues. They explored the cave using a high-definition camera, for then 200 years, treasure hunters have been focusing on Oak Island, a mystery island with a rich past. The Lagena brothers were enthused by the discovery of gold in the water and set out on a mission to find the island's hidden treasure. They searched every inch of the island, from its verdant forests to its deep swamps, looking for clues. They found an old-fashioned ladder, a secret underwater tunnel, and odd carvings and symbols. Notwithstanding obstacles like difficult terrain and erratic weather, the brothers persisted and made important discoveries in their quest for the truth. They found gold traces in timber samples extracted from boreholes, which offered hints about the island's past. Although dark legends suggested a curse protecting the Muir, the Lagena brothers' perseverance and dedication were demonstrated by the discovery of gold and ancient artifacts, which marked a turning point in their adventure. The brothers' belief in the potential to uncover the island's past propelled them through difficult times. As they carried out their research, their close relationship and common objectives gave them the courage to take on the most difficult tasks. Despite the obstacles they encounter, Rick Marty and his group have been committed to revealing Oak Island's ancient tales. Their perseverance and unwavering optimism have brought them one step closer to comprehending the intricate strata of the island, and their scientific research has produced reliable proof to back up their hypotheses. The finding of gold in wooden samples extracted from deep within the island was one notable event that not only validated the presence of lucrative resources, but also inspired a new set of excavation techniques. In order to gain important insights regarding the island's geology, history, and possible treasures, the team broadened their scientific endeavors to include soil analysis, geode IAL surveys, and other experiments. These scientific endeavors have contributed to a more thorough comprehension of Oak Island's history by providing solid data to support their views. Working together and conducting thorough study have been essential to the Lee brothers' efforts to uncover Oak Island's strata. By collaborating with professionals from around the world, such as historians, archaeologists, and metallurgists, the team has gained access to a greater variety of resources and expertise, improving their capacity to successfully address the island's complex historical issues. In conclusion, despite the difficulties they encounter, Rick Marty and his team have been committed to revealing the hidden truths beneath the island's surface. Their cooperation with specialists and commitment to their mission have made them a potent reminder of the value of maintaining optimism in the face of hardship. By working with a number of experts, Rick Lagena and his group have made great strides towards solving the Oak Island puzzle. Their work has produced new instruments and methods for delving deeper into the island's historical secret tales, bringing them one step closer to solving the enduring puzzle that has fascinated treasure seekers for many years. The advanced engineering and tenacity of individuals who attempted to safeguard or unearth the island's secret stories are highlighted by the discovery of the Smith Cove flood tunnels. Researchers and treasure hunters have also taken notice of the discovery of stone inscriptions on Oak Island that include letters, numbers, and symbols. These inscriptions imply that Oak Island may have once been visited or inhabited by people who left these perplexing signs behind, but it is still unclear what their origins and purposes were because there is no supporting evidence. Early in the 20th century, a party of treasure hunters made significant progress in their excavation of Oak Island with the construction of a coffer dam near Smith's Cove. Hunters began constructing this temporary building to control water flow. Stops digging. Taxes and living costs at camp are taken into account, and new crew members' take-home pay gets closer and closer to CAD 40,000. It was a very hard job. Parker also said that teams work 12-hour shifts that are very strictly scheduled and start working together at 7:00 a.m. until 7 o'clock at night, when the summer sun in Alaska lets it. As the short season grows older and the days get shorter, shift changes begin at 8:00 a.m. to 7:00 p.m. Parker gives his best workers some nice bonuses, even though the starting pay may not seem like much for the amount of work that is expected. The mine's huge fleet of rock trucks are some of Schnabel's most valuable assets, and the machine workers who are in charge of them can make more than $40,000 a year in Canadian dollars. These skilled miners drive huge Caterpillar trucks that can carry up to 50 tons of ore from the fields to the wash plant. Their never-ending runs are key to beating Parker's high 4,000-ounce, $6 million season gold goal. Even though it's hard on their bodies and takes a lot of time, workers who are put in charge of these important tasks could make six figures. Thanks to Parker's openness, fans now know more about how much Parker's crew makes. However, it's important to remember that the numbers he shared are medians and averages, not exact amounts. Pay for entry-level jobs changes depending on experience, bonuses are kept secret, and the amounts given could be in Canadian dollars instead of US dollars. As we've already talked about, Schnabel's new crew members work 75-hour weeks their first season. In just 5 days, that's more than twice as many hours as a normal 40-hour office job. And when mine is busy and there is a lot of daylight, those long shifts last from 7 a.m. until just before midnight. There are millions of dollars at stake every season, and sitting idle cuts into profits too much. And when your boss is a taskmaster like Parker Schnabel, you can't skip steps or take too long to do something. Speaking of the boss, let's see how much does Parker Schnabel make. Discussing Parker Schnabel's financial journey, it's intriguing to delve into his early years at Big Nugget, his grandfather's mining firm. From a young age, he displayed an uncanny aptitude for heavy machinery, operating equipment even before reaching pedal height. The question arises, did he commence earning a substantial income at such a tender age, and how has his net worth evolved over the years? Born on July 22, 1994, in Haines, Alaska, Parker Schnabel's journey in the mining industry commenced in his grandfather's firm, where he earned his stripes and eventually amassed a net worth of $15 million. His hard work in gold prospecting and mining coupled with his foray into reality television, has significantly contributed to this impressive figure. The pivotal inquiry remains: what is the extent of his earnings? Parker's earnings from reality TV are notable, with payments per episode ranging from $10,000 to $25,000. For comparison, fellow cast member Jack Hoffman earns approximately $10,000 per episode. Consequently, Parker's annual income is estimated to surpass $1 million, solely from his involvement in the show Gold Rush. However, this leads to a crucial consideration. How does his income from gold findings impact his overall wealth? Having appeared in 330 episodes of Gold Rush by 2023, Parker Schnabel left his family mine in Season 4, extracting a remarkable 28 kg, 60 pounds of gold in a year. Additionally, his participation in and production of spin-offs like Gold Rush The Dirt and Gold Rush Parker's Trail further bolstered his financial standing. By the age of 24, he had mined gold valued at over $16 million. Beyond the glamorous figures, it's essential to account for expenses and salaries associated with his mining ventures. While the exact amount of his share remains undisclosed, making assumptions based on his considerable expenditures offers a perspective. Parker Schnabel's diverse car collection, ranging from modern marvels like the Ford F-150 Raptor and Chevrolet Corvette Stingray, to vintage classics such as a 1967 Ford Mustang GT500 and a 1970 Chevrolet C10 pickup truck, exemplifies his taste for the finer things. In addition to his mining pursuits, Schnabel has successfully ventured into entrepreneurship. He owns a mining company and has established a line of gold mining equipment. A published author as well, he penned 2 books, namely Gold Rush: My Story and Parker Schnabel's Gold Rush Alaska, providing insights into his experiences as a gold miner. This multifaceted approach to wealth creation highlights Parker Schnabel's business acumen beyond the glitz of reality television. Because Schnabel is so open, his work shows us what might be coming next. The most important question is whether the people who want to work there can handle the long hours, sore feet, and boring jobs that are needed to not only find gold specks, but also fill pockets with coins. Now let's take a look at some of Parker's thrilling finds. Parker, 27, says he mined nearly 7,000 ounces of gold worth $12.8 million with days left in his season. He advised putting as much gold in the box as quickly as possible and making as much money as possible to fund a second procedure next year. Prior to the Yukon winter freezing them out, Parker needed to collect nearly 350 ounces of gold to beat his record. Parker relied on factory manager Tyson Lee and top technician and informant Mitch Blaschke. He confirmed they spent more than last year. He had spent $5.4 million going to the bottom of Mud Mountain and hadn't broken even, but he was on a roll. If enough were there, Parker claimed he could win big. Parker noted that the remaining drilling was the best, therefore, there remained optimism. Mitch and operator Damon Brown were ready to remove the last gold-rich pay dirt. Mitch stated they have to deliver the last road payment to Big Red and draw the dewatering pump to finish Mud Mountain Cut. Considering their inventory before they started, Damon said Mud Mountain had 1 hopper. Mitch praised Damon's work and advised shutting down the factory. Mitch whooped with joy when they